I'm going to go ahead and click ready up. Good luck, everybody.
Ready. All right.
3, 2,
3,
1.
2, 1.
Good luck.
Blast off.
Alrighty, everybody. We're back. More Symphony of the Night randomizer fun. How's it going, everybody? We're playing Nimble Light this time around. We are currently ranked number 1 on the leaderboard. Finally, back on top. You love to see it. The ELO system is a cruel, cruel mistress of highs and lows. And we're back on top. We're going to try our best here. We're playing Nimble Light. It's going to be a movement-focused preset, so I'm just going to try and schmoove, lock in as best as I can. If you're watching on YouTube, as always, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. It helps me out a ton, and I always appreciate the support. You can join the live streams over on twitch.tv/DragonBlitz as well to come hang out. Say hi. Drop a spinning fish. Yeah, a non-Warlock seed, finally. Finally. I do have the YouTube chat open as well for those that are watching live on YouTube. Finally. The YouTube chat thing has been weird. I need to figure out a better system, and I promise I will figure out a better system eventually. But until then. Holy glasses to start with. I will grab the shield because what if we need it, you know? That was actually very greedy. That could be Alucard. That could be Alucard. I'm not sure. Oh my god. This is a crazy starting location. Lapis. Okay. So I'm going to grab the warp and probably... Honestly, what if I just go to entrance? I actually don't know what the correct play is here. This is a weird spawn. I don't know if I've ever spawned there. But I kind of like the idea of go to entrance. I also get to know that it's Alucard, which is good. I'm going to put this on now. Just to increase our luck stat, because drops could be pretty important. Yeah, very wild start. A lot of options available to us. I figured castle entrance is pretty safe because worst case scenarios, I'm doing these checks in the same at the same speed as I would if I did them in any other order or any other route. I just get to do them now and get info on them now. The warp lets me go back to Alrox's quarters like whenever I want. I think this is a pretty decent play. If anything, it's like not a objectively bad play, which is good. And I'm just trying to play as consistent as I can here. As the number 1 player, you don't want to get too out of pocket here, or else you end up in the slums of last place. You hate to see it. Because that's how you lose 10 million elo. Also, don't pick up the Spirit Orb because it's a waste of time. Cooking. We are cooking. Level up there. I'm well aware that the way that these randomizers work is that, like, I've already talked about it before, but essentially every seed basically comes down to, are you tall enough to ride this ride level of, like, skill floor, which everybody in the tournament that is a tournament threat, in my opinion, has. A lot of people have the skill to be tall enough to ride the ride. And then the real question is, did you win the luck factor, which, you know, comes and goes depending on the seed. So I am trying my best to play in a way that I think makes the luck factor most beneficial for me, as consistent as possible, especially in these prelim races. But you never know, man. SotN Rando is a fickle mistress. Like that. Okay. So we have the Alrox warp. We can go back and do that later. We are missing out on the Colosseum check, but, like, whatever, man. We don't have money yet, so going outer wall here feels a little bad. I could always just get the warp and then go keep first. I kind of like that idea. So then I have Alrox warp and keep warp available to me to just, like, pick which option is better depending on what I find. It's a little bit of backtracking, but whatever. How much does the Lapis sell for? 0, because the librarian doesn't care about luck, apparently. He only cares about cold hard cash. Moolah. Pizza. It's me, the pizza man. Okay, grab the strength potion because, as we've seen already, additional buffs to your stats can be very crucial. Especially versus Galmoth, Death. Not Death necessarily, but can. Usually Galmoth and Doppelganger if you have to fight him early with no fast way of dealing with him. Fairy Scroll, you say? Okay. I mean, Second Castle is instantly available to us. That is correct. We could be seeing a Layer 1 glasses situation. Layer 2 Fine Jewel come back or something like that. It's happened before. It'll happen again. It's one of the reasons I'm... Ooh, Shield Rod. It's one of the reasons I'm leaving both Aurochs and the other one behind. The only problem is I don't have great damage. As soon as I find decent damage, my ass is probably going to commit to Second Castle and just full clear that if I can. Because this is all garbage. So I'm starting to think Second Castle is loaded. You're caught up on Dragon Blitz Daily, now what? Damn, you watched all like 10,000 videos? That's crazy. I don't think it's 10,000 videos. Okay, Ares helps. It is a lot of videos though. Weacock has? Probably. I don't know. I mean, you get to watch live on Twitch now. That's, you know, pretty good. That's pretty good. I'm going to put on the men. Yeah, I'm going to... Mods, we're putting on the men here. All 24 of them if we can. Please. Thank you. That elixir might have been worth it, but the karma coin's way more important. Everybody knows that. Yeah, with the Ares, the Alucard becomes almost as good as the Alucard. If you don't have the strength of 24 men inside of you, if you're not feeling the strength of 24 men pulsing inside of you, then what are you doing, man? What are you doing with your life? Yeah, Nimble Light specifically, Wing Smashing is free. Okay, Silver Ring, good to find. I might commit to Second Castle now. That's fine. Doggo? Doggy? Daga. Or maybe I don't do it yet, because I'm a fucking coward. Yeah, I'm a coward. I don't have great money, though. How am I doing as far as money goes? Literally nothing. How much money do I have in my inventory? 100 gold? All right. I'm going Second Castle. It's a high-ish risk, but I think a lot of people do it. Unless they find, like, goated gear. Then it's not, like, a big deal. But I think a lot of people do it under-geared and maybe die because of it. So, we'll see. Or they don't do it because they're scared and they somehow get rewarded for it. That would suck. Diamond, however, might change the calculus here. Is that another diamond? Well, now I want to check the shop. Okay, now I want to check the shop. This is an indecision that kind of sucks, but... Yeah, I know. It's very indecisive, and it sucks. I lost a lot of time doing this. But if I make the correct play eventually, it's still faster than deciding on the wrong play in the long run. And with this amount of money, I think the shop is just too powerful. It's worth gambling on the shop, if that makes sense. If the shop isn't worth it, I'm still getting item checks and relic checks done. So... even if I find, it doesn't even have to be a library card. A weapon that makes Second Castle free is enough to make this worth it, in my opinion, because anybody who struggles in Second Castle is going to be significantly slower than someone like me who can just fly through the Second Castle with no combat issues and no movement issues, is ideally the situation here. We also don't get baited by another Vlad, potentially. Kappa. Oh, the friggin' hitbox looked weird. because of the Badu card. That's funny. I forget that he hangs lower than you would think. Saving Richter is a idea for sure, but I don't think it's the correct idea because it forces you into the second castle if you do it. Which is, in my opinion, kind of a lot of time lost.
I'm interested.
Just going to get it so I can look at the library cards. We're probably just going to buy those. Marsil for an affordable price. Alucard Shield. Dragon Helm for cheap. Vardas. Oh my god, this shop is insane. Okay, first things first, I'm buying 3. 4. That should be more than enough for the rest of the seed. I think at this point, Alucard Shield is all we need. Yes, don't overthink it. The rest is library cards.
Farewell for now.
And go. Although, I haven't saved Richter yet, so this was a waste of time. All right, that's fine. Okay. So the delay to go to shop was correct, for sure. We've only found 1 random Vlad so far. We still have all rocks. We still have the mist checks. So that's 4 checks that we haven't done yet. Plus all the caverns checks.
Tribute.
Anonymous.
You
Thank you for the gifted
steal
sub.
men's souls and make them your slaves.
There's no reason to double soul steal there, but I did it. Imagine seeing Vardas and not getting them. I just realized that the money doesn't make sense. Like, buying Vardas does nothing for me when I have Alucard Shield and infinite mana via Nimble Light. So I literally get to go through the game as fast as possible here. Like, there's no faster way to do it. Yeah, I know you're pointing out the absurdity of it. I'm just pointing it out in the sense that, like, it is silly. For sure. But in this scenario, it's just correct. You know what else is correct? Right side. Because we're going to full clear. And we have so many library cards, I don't even care if there's a library card in the pillars. Yeah, so we're missing 2 randoms, 1 complexity, and then, yeah, 2 random Vlads, 1 complexity Vlad, and then whatever else we need for progression, and that's it. Yeah, boners, feel free to rise in this scenario. These level ups are a little annoying, but it is what it is. As soon as we kill Medusa, I think we're on a better level up situation. Yeah, indecision doesn't matter if you make the right play in this scenario, which is very nice. That's interesting, but not necessarily progression. It could be bait. We don't know yet. Will 1 Vlad always be a part of complexity? The win condition for the randomizer is finding all 5 Vlad relics, so yes. At least 1 Vlad will always be part of the win condition, aka complexity. The only case where that's not applicable is I think it might be technically possible to find all 5 Vlads in first castle, and then Holy Glasses itself is the final step of complexity, but I think that's like an insanely unlikely scenario. I don't know what the odds of that are. Like, that's one of those things we'd have to look at via the whatever the thing is, you know. Another random Vlad? Holy shit. What was that Coliseum? We don't know. We haven't been there yet. My plan is to full clear second castle to find whatever the second castle progression is. Now. It's theoretically possible, yeah, but I don't think it, like, happens. Is the... Like, statistically, we could look at the weird statistics that we've generated or whatever. I say we as if I was ever a part of it. There's a way to generate it, but... How's Alucard keeping the spell from Shield Rod? That's just how it works. In Castlevania Symphony of the Night for the PS1, which is the version that this is based off of, you get to keep the Shield Rod effect as long as you don't switch the shield off of your hand, so long as you don't run out of mana with the shield out, and so long as you hold the shield out for less than 255 seconds total since casting the spell. I know in Requiem and in the PSP version, if you just open the menu at all, it disappears, but... Having all 5 Vlads in the first castle is different than having all 5 Vlads be random in the first castle. Because, like, all 5 Vlads in the first castle is realistic, considering the fact that we very easily skip the intended progression quite often when playing through the rando. Oh, I had a second jump there. Interesting. Nice wing smash, he says to himself, knowing full well he did not wing smash. So we lose a little bit of time going to bees this way. But again, we don't know what's in second castle yet, so I'm just going to do everything. Nice wing smash. I might pull out the new controller. My last, like, new controller for this tournament once we finally get into bracket, just to prevent those weird situations with the D-pad and such. Not optimal, but we take it. We library card here. I will grab it, though. I'm going to take off the library cards because I just don't want to deal with it. Get in the hole. Yeah, bees nuts, exactly. Shoutouts to bees nuts. I could have checked the item there, but it doesn't really matter, I don't think. Nothing? There's no way Creature has nothing, dude. That's never happened before. Creature's my goal. He would never leave me with nothing. Swag. Shame we didn't find a stopwatch, but it's fine. It's not that much slower. Even if there was a stopwatch, the difference between using a stopwatch versus Doppelganger versus not is not that big of a deal. Was that the dive kick that hit him? That's funny. I was playing with my food. I'm sorry. Yo, is that a library card? Streamer, go back for the library card. You need it. Streamer, you need it. I ain't gonna check it. I got way too many library cards on my shit right now. Bro, left side busted as fuck. God damn. No. Not bad. I'm gonna go for it. Ah, Death did some weird shit there. If you do the dive kick in, you can get him to, like, die super fast with the shield, but I think I just didn't cancel the... I don't know, I'll have to look into that. Ruh-roh, Raggy. Nice job, me. Get! You know what? Fuck that plant in particular. My movement is so fucking clean, bro. I don't care. I don't care what it is. This is not a bad situation, no, because I full cleared and everything was required. Oops. Miscalculated the room I was in. Everything, even if this isn't required, we're in a good spot. Even if there was still progression left in first castle that I missed, I'm just going to do it now and just immediately beeline to all the relics. This can't be Final Vlad. I don't think it's possible. Yeah. So there's more progression left in the first castle, but that's fine. Because now we get to skip everything that isn't progression. And we found a random ring already, so we can't get baited by that. So now it's just literally 1, 2, 3, linear as fuck. The wolf transformation is so ass there. So slow. So now we go check all the stuff we left behind. We did fumble a little bit between, like, oh, do I go to library? Do I not go to library? That shit. But, like, it's fine. It's also possible that there was just free library cards, like, everywhere. Oops. So for that reason, like, me going back to the library to buy library cards, like, I don't know. But it did make the movement and, like, combat very easy in Second Castle. So I don't know. It just comes down to how efficient did it end up being actually. I don't know. Snarkle. So Auroch's got the goods. Understandable. I mean, we're last locationing this step of progression, which I think, which is basically right next to where we spawn too, which is a little scary. My hope is that I just do it more efficiently because I'm fucking go giga gagigo gaming right now with the best loadout in the game. Like zero reason to check items, zero reason to do anything that is not just the next progression step. Also, Merman in second castle is probably bait, if I have to think about it. Zubaba, go, 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 do-do-do. Okay, there's Jewel. To the caverns we go. I wonder if library carding is faster to get to caverns, actually. It probably is in hindsight, but I'm already here. I think at this point now it's faster to keep going this way. Yeah, we get to skip all of the bait in first castle, hopefully. The question now becomes, do I go straight to Spikebreaker? And I think we probably save right before Scylla and then go straight to Spikebreaker. Hoping to snipe either Final Vlad or the chain that leads to Final Vlad. If it's a ring, we can't get baited by random ring. Merman is most likely bait, which is nice, so that's one less progression item that we can get baited by. Because Merman is the same layer as... or I guess it is technically one step up. The only thing that if it is there and it punishes us, it's not the end of the world because that means everybody else who does all this stuff first needs to go to second castle anyways. So I think I still skip it, actually. Yeah. So because we have the advantage of doing early second castle, we skip it. And instead try and snipe Final Vlad, which is faster. The only thing we lose to is someone who does my exact route, but then does the Merman statue check. Because worst case scenario, that's step 3, which step 3, if it's missed, that sucks. If it's the other ring, that sucks. But if it's Echo, we're vibing. And also if it's those things that eventually lead to Echo into Final Vlad at Spikebreaker, that does suck for us, but it's not the end of the world because I'm going to save split here. It's not a 50-50 for miss, no. It's essentially potentially the next step, but it doesn't have to be. Because I think there still is enough complexity left on the table. Just barely. If everything else is fully linear and there's a different progression item somewhere else. I haven't done the math, but I am I'm under the assumption that that math is correct. Which might be a little sketch, but, you know, that's life. Because I believe it could be 1 jewel, 2, let's say rings, 3 missed, 4 Spikebreaker, 5 Final Vlad. Oh, that's not enough. That's interesting. We always check this just because. Yeah. Yeah, because we're still trying to avoid Spikebreaker and we're still trying to avoid Echo. So I think this is still sound logic. Worst case scenario, I don't know if this can be bait, actually. I'm not sure. I guess the only thing that would be bad is if this leads to Spikebreaker and we need to find Echo here in the caverns. Or sorry, Mist here in the caverns. But then we know Final Vlad is at Silver Ring, so. Okay. In fact, I'm just going to library card, yeah. Thank you, Lobster. Appreciate the 15 months, my goat. Fast seed, yeah. The only thing we lose to is someone who does the same route as me. But found Jewel of Open first, maybe? I don't know. I actually don't know. If you find Jewel of Open first, do you stay in second castle after you are chilling with 4 Vlads, or do you turn around? You probably turn around and then just go to but if you find Jewel of Open, you always go Spikebreaker first. So I don't know. And if you're doing Spikebreaker first, you're probably doing all the other stuff along the way as well, which I got to skip all that stuff. And then you have to do both sides of the second castle in order to win. So, you know, maybe it's not that bad. Yeah, the shield route through the second castle is also nice. I'm thinking they might skip Galamoth, but that's what I'm worried about losing to, is someone who does a similar-ish route, but for some reason skips Galamoth. But I think with library cards, you don't skip Galamoth there because we haven't done any of first castle yet. And that's why I'm trying to think about if there's like a weird decision tree, but there's nothing I can do from here. There's no reason to think about it. It's just this has to be Final Vlad, and then we win as fast as we can from here. At least try to. Yep. I don't know how many other people do a similar route to me in this scenario, but it's interesting. The library, by the way, was 100% the correct play. Once I found the rings specifically. But even if I didn't find those rings, if I decided to stick to the second castle, it would have been way slower, which is unfortunate. But it still is, with that information, the correct call. Which is nice. Like, this ends up being faster in hindsight because of the items in the shop. But the shop is so powerful in this in the tournament in general, with the randomized money and with library cards being like the most important item by far. It's just so hard to beat. Yeah, it's like, even when you're not getting quote-unquote max value out of the library, knowing that you could maybe just find something that just wins you the game outright if you go there. Like, wins you the game in the sense that, like, you get to go so much faster than your opponents. It's such a risky call to skip it nowadays. Even if you don't, like, because what did we got a random Vlad out of library and that was it. So, I don't know. I mean, yeah, checking the gems in Addict was definitely key, but I'm checking those items regardless because my plan was to go into second castle and do all of the early item checks, because right as you enter second castle, you get all of the reverse Addict checks and the reverse ghost card checks. So that's like an additional like 15 item checks. So I was just hoping to find a weapon that I could use alongside the Ares to make it work. And, you know, I ended up finding money and then making the call, the snap call to go to library instead. I mean, when you have access to the best item in the game, you get the best item in the game. I was also aware enough to know that I had Shield Rod in my inventory as well, because I found the Shield Rod on the way up to Fire of Bat. Because I delayed library as well, which is also nice. So overall, like, the route just kind of like fell into place. It was very, very strong. The initial idea to hold off on library, because I might find library cards, into second castle looks really good here, but I don't know, into just kidding, this was the correct play, is insane. Whoa.
Go back whence you came.
That's time for me. GG's.
GG.
How is it that I've been so defeated? You have been doomed ever since you
It feels so good. It feels so good.
sarcasm.
So good.
Profit
It
is it
feels.
to a
Hey, shut up! I just said that.
gains the world and
So
loses
good.
his own soul?
Meanwhile,
Matthew 6.
dude, I cooked this seed. Holy shit!
Tell me,
I fucking god routed that shit.
what were Lisa's last words?
2 in a row, baby.
She said, "Do not."
They said I was washed.
If you cannot
They said, you know what? Oh, this has been sitting here this whole time.
for theirs is
I'm gonna have a victory snack. Let's fucking go. I had the salad in front of me.
to tell you that she would love you for
Oh,
all of
it's
eternity.
so good. Victory salad.
Forgive me.
So good.
My son.
Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. It looks like I was maybe the only one that committed to the early... No. I think Swarm committed to the early second castle as well, but he's missing Tooth, which that was Final Vlad, right? Yeah. Or maybe not. Maybe he did part of first castle in this. I don't know what his route could have been. Or maybe his second castle was so slow because he didn't have the Alucard shield. Oh my god. I don't know, man. I actually don't know what happened here. I can't wait to talk to them about it. All right, let's get the vibes. Oh, yeah. Ah. One less Vlad in second castle, and this could have been bad, though. I mean, yeah. But that's just like saying, oh, the second castle was, like, better for left side, better for right side, whatever. I don't know. I think it's fair to go early second castle when you... Because you can presume that there's two options that happen. Shared progression on layer 1, because we found holy glasses at the very start. It was at castle entrance. Where Power of Wolf normally is. So it's like already that is a step up in the progression. And it might have been, I don't know. It could have been, I don't know what's behind Merman statue at Holy Symbol. Or you can assume that it's more linear, that it's like there's nothing else on that layer and you can just go second castle. And also, like, the odds of there being good stuff in second castle is equally likely as all the random flight checks in first castle. So you have access to second castle early. I had the best movement possible and the best combat possible, which made my decision very easy. Obviously, there's a world where this gets punished, but I think on average, this is the correct play. Yeah. Because, yeah, Jewel doesn't have to be progression either. There is a weird world where it was Jewel into Merman, and the Jewel wasn't necessary. You know what I mean? Or it was Jewel plus Spikebreaker or something, and Spikebreaker's in second castle. You know what I mean? Damn. That was pretty clean. Not much I could say about that. If Jammer's not streaming or his stream doesn't work for me, I don't know what's going on with that, but... God, it feels so good. It feels so good to be back on top. I just needed the luck of the Irish on my side, honestly. Swarm with the strength of 24 men to hold his Alucard shield. I don't remember if I took my Ares off either. Chat, did I have my Ares on throughout the entirety of the second castle? I feel like I did. Earlier today we had the same elo. If you won 2 straight, you also would have the same elo as me right now. So, yes, you know, it's one of those things where it's not even worth the time to take it off. Maybe. I don't know. Well, I should put in my replay. I keep forgetting to do that. So they can watch the magic, the glory that is perfection. I also executed well. Like, that is my comfort zone 100%, is infinite MP bat plus Alucard shield. There's not many ways that I'm going to just outright screw up the movement there. There was a couple of shaky moments, but like overall, like that's my comfort zone. One more race after this. I am tempting fate if I race after this. Because if I know anything about how this rando is gone, is the Elo roller coaster is so real. You go up, you go down, you go up, you go down, you go up, you go down. And I'm at the peak. There's only one. Theoretically, maybe we could climb a little bit more, but I don't know, man. Like, I think I see the roller coaster starting to curve a little bit. You gotta love the weird incentives of Elo. Yeah. Yeah. Like, if I'm taking this competition, like, super mega hardcore seriously, the correct play is to stop playing the game, which is insane. No, it's an internal balancing mechanism, which means you get less practice. Duh. It's fair and balanced. We can figure out something to do other than racing. I've been wanting to take a break from racing anyways, but I was like, man, there's such little time left to get, like, rank 1 that it's like, I don't know. Fair and balanced, just like a nice salad. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm trying to think. You know what we could do? We could start our Castlevania, our classic Vania journey. I've been meaning to do it. Because I want, like, a casual thing to do that's not just speedrunning to do on streams as well. And I've been meaning to play Castlevania 1, 2, and 3 on stream. So... we can do some of that today. I probably won't finish it all in one day, but we can do some of it today. Strip SotN. Every time you get a Vlad relic, you gotta take off an article of clothing. Now we're talking. Are they all just chilling in the other race channel and talking this whole time? Am I missing out on the conversation about the seed? Yeah, Jammer honestly has very, very, not like surprised. I guess surprised is a fair word to say with how good he is, considering I don't think I've really seen him play before this tournament. But I could just be not on the pulse, you know what I mean? Yeah, I guess they were just chilling in this channel, talking about the seed. Damn, I was hoping to get to 16. That would have been sick. If I got all the way to 1600, that would have been pretty cool. Dude, Discord hates me. I'm trying to talk to my friends. I want to join the conversation and gloat about my win. No! This isn't fair. I want to gloat. Let the goat gloat. Dude, Discord is trying to stop me. Oh my god. I think I just got to peace out. I'm just going to let them know. Finding 2 diamonds in attic. I turn around to do library right then and there. on my way to do early second castle after find 2 die. I turn around right then and there to then find Alucard shield plus library cards. Did all of second castle before doing all rocks plus Colo, assuming to find another regression item in second castle. Ended up all right. Retribution in second castle. Otherwise, my route kind of sucks because of missing out on Jewel. Kind of got lucky there. Nah. I gotta walk away from the casino after winning the jackpot. I gotta walk away from the casino after winning the jackpot. GG's, everybody. If you like these videos, like, comment, subscribe, join the live stream. We're still going to do more races probably before the season's over. If anything, we're going to have bracket races to do as well. That'll be a fun time. Swarm looks like he's having a great time. He's loving it. He has a new haircut and he looks great. See you next time, YouTube. Have a good one. Bye-bye.